and welcome everyone. Slot 12, well-being. Who do we have here? Our judges. Stanisław Rogoziński, Stan, from Cyto Starter. Hello. Jessie Xu from SOSV MOX. Hello, Jessie. And the last one, but not the least certainly, Christian Kumar from Capital Kinetics. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey, so nice to see you here. Okay, let's move on to the first startup right away. So that's a very beautiful name, GH, which actually is pronounced as genius in the headset, in a headset, yeah. So please share your screen. And yeah, you have your 3 minutes, take it away.
Thank you. Stress is getting worse, not better. 80% of people feel stressed daily, with half saying that they need help. In today's new way of living, people are out of balance. The workplace and home have become one, with no off button. People are unable to keep track of their mental well-being, not knowing the signs of anxiety and overwhelm, leading to personal and professional lives collapsing. Genie in a Headset is here to give you your balance back. We are a well-being platform that provides a combination of virtual reality meditation environments and visualization experiences with the Mental Fitness app, where you can track your mental wellness in real time, with access to suggested meditations and guidance to manage stress effectively. So normally you would close your eyes and listen, but we're going far beyond this with full immersion. You put on your VR headset, create your profile, and choose how you are feeling. You need to make sure that you link your heart rate device and then simply decide whether you want to go into a meditation environment, guided or unguided, or if you want to do a visualization experience like maybe going skiing, or if you want to go to Vegas. When your session is done, you see your stress levels decreasing. By changing your environment, your energy changes and your stress changes. Your app on your phone will be able to show your progress in real time. And for every milestone you hit, you unlock another feature. You can buy Genie as a package with the headset and first-year subscription, or if you have a headset, you can simply download and sign up to the monthly subscription fee. We know our market and are well priced, as you can see with the Muse headband costs for comparison. So the VR-based meditation market is estimated to be 3.9 billion by 2023, and the global meditation market is estimated to reach 9 billion by 2027. In 2019, meditation apps saw a 52% increase in revenue from 2018, and the VR sector is expected to grow at an average of 21.6%. So why now? Last year, we saw 52 million new meditation users. Demand for personalization is greater than ever before. Identity-driven consumers are demanding new approaches to meditations, ones that are more intuitive, reflective, and diverse. So why are we different? Genie is your intelligent meditation solution, fueled by lots and lots of data that allow the app to show progress, give tips and suggestions, provide personalized content with different meditation practices that automatically adapt the session specifically to the user's needs. We have a strong team with a combined experience in business, meditation, finance, VR software development, psychology, stress management, marketing, as well as startup experience with strategic planning. We're looking to raise €700,000, which we use 60% on product development and 40% to boost sales and marketing. To date, we've achieved prototype development. We've tested Genie at PwC in Dublin last year. We are now continually doing focus groups inside of PwC and outside, and we're raising seed round to develop and launch into the market summertime this year. Thank you for listening, and I welcome any questions.
And this is what they call a perfect time management, since the clock is ringing now. And now we have 4 minutes for Q&A sessions. Judges, your turn.
Jackie, thank you for the presentation. You know what? The content was quite good. It's a reasonably crowded space.
Yes.
We've been looking at this in our Makers Lab here in London. What makes you sort of, I saw on your little Pareto chart where you set yourself in the top right, but what is it that's quite unique? What sets out the difference to, say, Calm, for example?
Sure. Well, just with the competitive advantage, as an example, what Calm does is very much like a Spotify list track of meditation, meditations that you would do closed eye meditation. So it's very specific to that type of meditation. With Genie in a headset, because we're taking it with VR, it is going to be very much open eye meditation. There's a lot of focus going on. So it's not just about managing stress, but it's really helping people focus to increase productivity and increase performance. But what makes us different is really about, the data that we're going to be collecting as we go. That it's not just you put your meditation on and that's it. It'll be adapted. The algorithm that we're creating is going to adapt the meditation specifically to the user's needs. So, for example, we would think that maybe a beach environment would be perfect for a person. But if a beach environment excites a person because they think it's a holiday, it isn't great for meditation. You would rather need to be in a forested environment or something like that. So these are all the different things. It's just going to be more personalized than what we see on the market today, with feedback as well. So people will be able to get that real-time feedback, how they're progressing in their meditation, how are their stress and anxiety levels decreasing. That's the difference.
What kind of data do you gather from the users?
The data is, the heart rate. So we're connecting the heart rate monitors. So it'll be the heart rate when the users meditate, what environments they specifically meditate, and what, as an example, like I said earlier with the beach, do beaches increase the heart rate or does it decrease the heart rate? So in that way, you can actually see, is it best for a person to try a different type of meditation environment? And those are the types of data that we'll be collecting.
And how you're expanding cross-borderly, as we actually invest in this really similar solution in China, whereas all the team are based out of Europe. So they work with all those kind of different, even hospitals or doctors directly in China, starting from China and now across APAC. So can you talk about maybe your current partnership status, how you're going to expand it into different regions?
How we're going to implement it into different regions. I suppose with the marketing, what we're looking at right now, if we're looking at, the American market and the European market, and especially how we're going to incorporate that, we have created very good relationships. Yes, okay, we've created very good relationship with PwC, but we've created very good relationships with what we call A-list celebrity and personal developments gurus, so the likes of Bob Proctor, Joe Dispenza, Tim Ferriss, and those, in order to break through into those markets, we're looking at partnering with them to get into that. And I hope that answers the question.
Do you conduct some scientific research and publish some papers on?
Not yet, but we're planning to, yes. At the moment, we're just concentrating on doing focus groups ourselves. But once we do capital raise, then yes, we will be doing that as well.
One more thing, Jackie, is in your pricing, at 14 euros, I think it was per month, how does that compare to some of the competitors?
It's pretty much the same, depending on which one that you go into. Like, we have looked at the pricing across the board, and it really does vary. So, for example, I think Calm, depending on, they've got like a lifetime subscription fee that you can do. They've got a monthly subscription fee, same as Headspace, and they range in and around about the 12 euro up until about the 28 euro a month, depending on what you do and what I suppose, what meditation stuff you do.
Thanks, Jackie. Thank you so much. Sorry, we run out of time. So thank you so much. I hope you're going to reconnect on Hopin, Wolf's Match, whatever is more possible, more comfortable. Okay, and we have to move on to the next startup. Jerkejan, welcome. 24 goals. Let us hear what you have. And your screen, please, and presentation. Good morning. Can you go to the...
Good morning.
3 minutes are yours. The floor is yours. Good luck.
So thank you. My name is Rekina Jaldasova, and I'm the founder and CEO of 24 Goals App. So it's a new social platform where users can plan, share their daily schedules for 24 hours, inspire and draw inspiration by other set reactions, subscribe, find like-minded people, and develop networking through an internal messenger. About problems. Why we fail to achieve our goals? Because of the poor planning without focus priority, short-term motivation, no support, no control, no community, and also because of the poor mental health. So we can help. In our life, there's so many different areas, such as career, relationships, family, health, growth, finance, etc. And in order to achieve the balance in life, in the 24 Goals app, users can choose only 3 life areas for 1 month. Users can share their daily schedules for 24 hours. They can also subscribe, learn the best habits from the other people, help and motivate each other. If you need constant support or control, you can also make the shared goals within the team, mentor and friends, and use messenger functions so you can communicate within the app. You can also fill out the emotions section every day in order to help clear your mind from unnecessary thoughts and make the smartest decision. You can also create your own visualization board and capture your goals with the pictures. So for now, we're available for download in 166 countries in 2 languages, plus 4 languages in progress also. our usual paid users from USA, Kazakhstan, South Korea, Poland, and also Russia. About our monetization, we have in-app purchases. We have premium versions 3 months, 6 months, 1 year subscription. We're also in progress to include one-time purchases. And also doing online marathons, webinars, and courses to earn money. We are collaborating with the coaches, with the mentors. And yeah, this is a press about us and about our target audience. Most of them, it's of course students. Also, we have entrepreneurs, bloggers, influencers, because in the app, they can also advertise their Instagram pages. Our main competitors, it's Todoist application. They have only task planner, also productive. This only habit tracker and also planner. But what we can give is a community, social network, mutual goals, emotion tracker, also visualization board, and additional source of advertising Instagram pages.
And
yes, that's
you
it.
also have 10 more seconds, so I'm going to add it to your Q&A session. Just give me a second. And judges, 4 minutes, 11 seconds. Make sure you have enough questions for that.
Yakashan, I mean, I remember when I was a student, the one thing I didn't have was money. And it was always difficult. So could you just explain to me what are some of the other tools that students might use in a modern world? I mean, I went to university a long, long time ago.
Because everyone wants the community, because no one on the way to achieve their goals, they don't have also control or support or also community. Also, you know, actually we had release in the last year in October, and I was asking all of my subscribers what the main problems they have to achieve their goals, and they say that we don't know what's the secret of the successful people. For example, I'm a professional blogger. I'm also interested about the typical daily routine of the another bloggers, because I want to also to know about their habits, about the what they're doing.
Okay.
So yeah, man, I know about like the demographic. Obviously, it's more towards like millennials or even younger, like teenage. Because I checked like say like your iOS platform or like your Instagram account. It seems like there's like quite limited interaction with the users part. So do you think Instagram will be the best? Because it seems like that's one of the only promotion channel you have. And why so, and you know how much on data that could back these market research on your users.
Actually, yes, we are sure, because the Instagram in our countries, in our Russian-speaking countries, there's the main tool when you can promote your products, your projects. Also, you can build your private brand. That I decided to also communicate with the Instagram pages.
Yes. So we actually run like a specific program in Asia, just focusing on mobile related investment. And there are a lot of different type of marketing tools, or even without marketing budget, right? To work with like say local operators or any distribution channels, in return on revenue share. So have you guys been working on any say collaboration on that instead of just promoting on Instagram with organic traffics?
Actually, for now, I'm using my social brand on the Instagram. Also, we're using TikTok, because TikTok really the best promoting for us. And from the next month, we will start to also promote our on the Clubhouse.
Anything else from the judges, or
Not for me, thank you.
Okay, Stan, you have a question, right?
I just wanted to ask whether Facebook is not enough to fulfill the needs you address.
Sorry,
I
again.
mean, do you need 24 goals, or you can just use Facebook to attain the same goals?
No worries, I stopped the clock. So I think what Stan means is that is it really necessary to have a certain app for for the same goals that could be achieved through the Facebook app?
Actually, yes, definitely yes. And
Okay, so you're not saying anything more. Maybe you have a problem with internet, I suppose, since you're frozen. Oh no, not yet. So do you have anything else to add? Because you have 20 seconds, so maybe final words, some incentives.
so, yeah, that was problems with the internet, but it was really honored for me to present my application, and I really believe for my social network, and really has really good results and also reviews.
Okay, so thank you so much also for sending your page, for being with us. It was a great pleasure and great honor. Thank you. And let us move on to the next startup, which is Flow, which is presented, by Tristan. Hello, hi. Do we have the presentation? Can you go to this full screen mode, please?
Yes. Okay, what do I do? What do I do? Sorry. Yeah, hold on.
Okay, perfect. So
Can
if
you
you're
hear
ready,
me?
yeah. So 3 minutes are yours. Take them away.
Thank you so much. We are Flow, and we teleport people like you to Iceland, to your own private meditation retreat. We have done this with our customers in 50 corporations in our wellness programs in the Nordics. The problems we're facing are anxiety, depression, and exhaustion. Even before COVID, 80% of workers reported they feel stress on the job, and nearly half say they need help in learning how to manage stress. Stress was estimated to cost American businesses alone up to $300 billion a year. And this year, the problems have moved location. Now they're at home, and they've become much more obvious. Meditation is a scientifically proven cure to these types of stress, but it's very hard to slow down and practice meditation, especially during times of overwhelming stress. Flow takes you to Iceland, immersed in stunning 360-degree pure nature, where your mind naturally becomes more calm, and you can meditate and succeed in meditation from your very first try. We're not just another meditation app. Flow's content is immersive, and our customers tell us again and again, the results are immediate and impactful. With Flow, you can meditate in 6 ways, not just mindfulness, but we're also teaching people how to move in meditation and let go and actively release stress from the body and mind. Flow allows people to meditate on the go with their eyes open, whether it's in Flow VR or with the Flow mobile apps, newly released, which can be used independently or by participating in our Flow online workplace wellness programs. We've helped 50 corporations across Iceland and the Nordics, from energy and IT to telecom and banking, to provide more mental wellness for their employees through our Flow subscription programs. Our team is, sorry, our team, oh, that's not the right slide. Yeah, we've earned over $150,000 in revenue so far and are establishing exciting distribution channels in Asia, Europe, and the US with resellers, affiliate programs, and strategic partnerships. We're scaling globally with the first version of our mobile apps, which just came out and are available for download now. That means you don't need a VR headset to meditate in Iceland. Our core team includes 3 strong female leaders, myself, CEO Tristan Elizabeth Gribben, the original voice of Flow, with over 2 decades devoted to meditation. Our co-founder and CFO Thor Björk with 20 years experience in finance and accounting. We also include a visionary VR developer, Magnus Northjord, and Peter Rosendahl, our new mobile app developer, who's doing fantastic work upgrading the Flow meditation mobile app every day, and Arnie and Kinski, award-winning filmmakers who directed some of the world's most loved music videos and who are skilled meditation leaders. In Iceland, we've learned that one salesperson can manage up to 50 sales deals. Our average contract gives us $400 monthly. Currently, we're adding salespeople selling through our payment portal to grow fast. With our next funding round, we're aiming for new markets and languages. With that, the growth possibilities are endless. We kindly ask you to download our mobile app and get started on your Flow journey. Currently, we are fundraising to take our proven success in Iceland to scale to global markets. We would like you to join us.
I have to interrupt you here. Just telling you that you're already in the Q&A session, so it's your choice. So maybe we can proceed with questions, or you can continue to pitch. Just let me know.
I think this is. I managed to reach the last line of my script.
Okay,
so I'm good.
Almost perfect. Sorry.
Okay,
So you have still 3 minutes 10 seconds for the questions. So judges, please feel free.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. I can't hear the judges. Okay, now I can.
Okay, so you said you've had good traction in Iceland already.
Yes.
And so where are your revenues at the moment?
Well, so we had 50 corporate contracts when COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then over the year of 2020, we couldn't sell to new contracts during that year. However, we have our loyal customers have stayed with us, but our monthly recurring revenue did drop because some of the companies had to cancel their contracts because everyone was hit quite hard here in Iceland. But now we're seeing, we're getting new contracts now again.
Okay, so the capital that you're raising at the moment,
yes,
is supporting your existing run rate. Are you cash flow neutral?
No, we're not cash flow neutral yet. We're still we raised money during COVID, so we actually closed a pre-seed round at the beginning of 2020. Some money came in, some final funds, and then the government actually topped up that towards the end of the year. So we've got like a, the government invested in us in 2020, which was great, and so we have a bit of a runway. And we are investing so we can go faster. We're raising money to go faster.
I'll ask some questions offline. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a quick question. Since in the mobile space, we actually look into Android more than iOS lately. So I realized on Android, you actually have less than 100 user downloads so far. So can you sort of elaborate more on your, Google Play plan in the future?
Yeah, no, we're actually approaching 1,000 downloads for the mobile apps, both Android and iOS combined. So I think those numbers are maybe outdated, but our plan has been right now because we have our new mobile app developer on board, because we worked with a remote team in the States to create the app, but now we're getting it all into our own home yard with our mobile app developer. So that's a process, so we haven't really ramped up marketing except for within our own community for the mobile app yet. But once we're waiting to get, we're getting quite ready now to start marketing the mobile app. I hope I answered your question.
Your marketing plan?
Pardon?
What will be your, maybe like the next sprint of your marketing plan?
We're working with a marketer in California who's been who's there's a few different angles we have going on. So we have a digital marketer in California, in Mill Valley, who's our good friend, who's going to start ramping up marketing. But we're also working with a company in Los Angeles what we're promoting right now is our Flow at Work programs, because we want to reach enough critical mass with the corporations, get our corporate wellness programs going stronger.
Andres, I'm sorry once again. I'll have to interrupt you.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. Have to be fair to every single person, every single startup.
Yes,
so sorry. Maybe you can continue the discussion and hop in Wolf's match. Thank you, and let us welcome the next startup with a very lovely name, MindHug, and Raj. Hello.
Hey, thanks.
And
I'll just quickly
3 minutes
start.
are yours. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, let's start.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Raj. I'm the founder and CEO of MindHug, a UK-based, UCL-incubated mental well-being platform. We're on a mission to improve therapeutic choice and make mental well-being more accessible, more affordable, and more personalized than ever before. Over 300 million people suffer with depression and anxiety globally, making them the leading cause of disability. To contrast, 50 million people are currently suffering with COVID, and the vast majority of those will recover. The cost to the global economy of depression and anxiety is over $1 trillion annually, but you all know this. So let's look at the most complex structure known to man, the human brain. I show 4 images here of a normal functioning brain, a depressed brain, an unstimulated brain, and then how that brain responds to music. Looking at the right and the left, it's remarkable how music can create brain activity almost identical to a normal functioning brain. It's not only music, but people respond to art, mindfulness, pets in fairly remarkable and therapeutic ways. Many of these actually form the basis of medically recognized therapies, some highlighted here like art and music therapy. At MindHug, we focus on these 7 expressive and experiential therapies. But why is this important? Well, 66% of individuals will have challenges responding to the gold standard therapies of CBT, counseling, or medication. While these can be extremely useful, mental well-being is a complex interplay of biological, psychological, and social factors. One size does not fit all. Greater therapeutic options are therefore the need of the hour. But choice is not enough. The right therapy needs to go to the right person at the right time at a price they can afford. We do this through a hybrid therapeutic approach, where we combine the best of affordable, therapist-led solutions with digital content, mood tracking, and all of this is powered by our ethical, emotional, AI-based insights that help individuals find what works for them. We have an app and a corporate well-being, concierge well-being service. Oops, I think I've frozen there. We also have a raft of client management software that actually helps therapists run their business better. All of this is done on our award-winning, privacy-preserving technology. Mental well-being competition is growing, as you're seeing, with the likes of Calm, Headspace, but we truly are the only platform integrating therapeutic choice, expressive therapies, affordability, ethical AI, and insights, while also solving for the frictions facing therapists. We're nearing full launch, and we'll have a freemium subscription model for institutions, individuals, as well as therapists. Initially B2B2C, we're focusing on universities and high-stress occupations in London, but we've planned on diversifying markets soon. We are raising up to $1.5 million to focus on iterative product development and growth. Our diverse team has over 100 years of experience across entrepreneurship, medicine, psychiatry, therapy, technology, AI, encryption, and finance. Thanks for your support. Give yourself a MindHug.
Wow, perfect timing. Thank you. We have 4 minutes for Q&A sessions. Judges?
Raj, thank you very much for that. That was quite a well-structured presentation and on time. Have you thought about approaching healthcare services? I mean, you're in London, I'm in London, like the NHS as an alternative to the gold standard, which is CBT, because CBT has also shown the take-up has been slow. People drop out after 3 sessions.
Sure.
Because they're not seeing the immediate impact.
Yeah, no, absolutely. In fact, strangely enough, the NHS until the 70s and 80s used to focus very heavily on some of these therapies. But because CBT had a much quicker outcome, they started focusing more on CBT. And yeah, we would love to partner with the NHS, but what we really want to do is actually go to them and show them some evidence through our AI models that, look, this is what we're seeing. art therapy is working, music therapy is working. Why don't you start looking into this? And not only the NHS, even private insurers could be a potential market going forward.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
To what extent are you a human-driven business and technology-driven business? I mean, how much people do you use in providing your services?
Absolutely. Very, very good point. And we say we're not here to replace therapists. Therapists have a very important job. We're here to complement therapists through the technology we're providing. So we want to make therapy more affordable, which is why we have digital content. And our hybrid approach really combines the therapist-led solutions with more focused, shorter, and more streamlined therapy with digital content. So replicating some parts of therapy with digital content and media. So we really want to merge both the human side as well as the technology side, because just looking at one is looking at only half the picture.
And the problem, the patient is matched with a specific therapy based on the expertise of some therapists, yes?
So yeah, initially, I mean, anybody can actually go and try whatever therapy they want, but over time, as the AI model picks up what people are responding to, what's working for them, we can start making recommendations based on their personal profile.
Okay, thank you.
What's your current user base so far?
So, like I said, we are just about to launch our digital app in a month. We started MindHub Concierge a couple of months back. We're actually in fairly advanced discussions with a couple of institutes. One is a fairly small SME, which will be a great beta testing base. So it'll be about 700 users. One could potentially be as large as 52,000 users, which would be phenomenal. But we want to try and get the testing right before we actually go into that.
Okay, and how do you manage, say, like your partnering therapists? Because I understand you should be able to like onboard them instantly, so you can like leverage their current clients or like their user base as well.
Yeah, so the onboarding will be all digital. Although we are kind of doing our marketing efforts right now a lot manually, but over time it will be all digital. There will be a DBS check, which will verify whether they actually have the background to be a therapist. There'll be a KYC check, an ID check, and an insurance check. There will be some level of manual overlay because you want to check out if the insurance is actually original and the DBS is actually original. But the therapist will be able to upload this and it will be more or less automated, just like kind of Uber does. They do a lot of this automatically, but there's a bit of manual oversight which is necessary.
And wow, perfect timing, Raj. Thank you so much for your pitch. And let us go right to Dylan with Scribble. I'm sorry for mispronouncing that.
No problem.
So let us start with your presentation right away.
Okay.
And you have 3 minutes. Take them away.
Perfect. Well, my name is Dylan Kassain, and today I'm going to be explaining Scribbler. You know, every day here in France, I'm working with startup and scale-up technology and software companies, and it's amazing how often I hear the same refrain. We've got great technology, we've got the right pricing, we have some good early traction with customers, but they can't seem to convert enterprise clients. And it's really not for lack of trying, because these companies are trying everything they can. The problem is that the best way to convince an enterprise buyer seems to be out of their reach. Time and again, studies show the most influential marketing channel for a technology company is a third-party recommendation from a trusted source. In this study, for example, 43% of buyers reported that third-party recommendations would convince them to buy, and this leaves all other marketing channels behind. In the world of software and technology companies, the most influential and highly valued third-party recommendations come from industry analysts, firms like Gartner and Forrester and IDC, Frost & Sullivan. So why don't these small companies just educate the firms and secure those recommendations? Well, there's two reasons. First, a contract with a firm like Gartner can cost a small company 50 to 100,000 euros per year. And for many startups and scale-ups, this puts it out of reach. Second, if they could afford it, they lack the expertise internally to take advantage of their contract. And that expertise is not always easy to find. That's where Scribbler comes in. Scribbler offers a productized service that helps VCs, accelerators, and incubators empower their startups to engage successfully with industry analysts at a competitive price. Scribbler helps the startups bypass the expensive contracts, target the right analysts at the right time, and deliver briefings that will convince the analyst and generate the third-party endorsements that they need. And it represents a real value add for the investor too. Now, there's already a demand for service like this among the startups, and I'm currently working with multiple technology companies on their analyst relations. However, by bringing Scribbler to an investor's entire portfolio of startups, I'll be helping position those startups in front of analysts while also helping the investor position themselves as an investor of choice for future portfolio companies. For a monthly retainer, I work with VCs, accelerators, incubators to help lift their portfolio companies in the eyes of these influential industry analysts. The methodology and service that I've been building working with individual startups, either in their initial briefings or in managing all of their analyst relations each month, will be available to an entire portfolio of investments, and those startups will have on-call access to my expertise. Scribbler for the moment is just me, and I bring years of experience in marketing, communications, and analyst relations to the table. Having worked inside small startups and scaling businesses, having briefed all of the major firms, and having a real track record of success in winning those recommendations, I'm the perfect person to help startups and scale-ups win endorsements, win sales, and position investors as partners of choice for the next big thing.
And once again, perfect timing. So let us move on to the Q&A sessions. Judges, are you ready?
Dylan, you know what? As an investor and a small fund, you know, for our portfolio companies, getting awareness is very, very important. Mm-hmm. I'm taking on face value that you're good at your job. So, but how would you scale the services as a business? How would you bring on other people that have the same ambition and connections that you do?
Yeah, and that's a challenge. So I'm already on the lookout for people in Europe, mainly in Poland and Romania and Hungary, reaching out to consultants who have a similar background to me, who already work with technology companies, and who would be willing to adopt my methodology, which I'm very confident in and which has proven itself in the past. I'm essentially looking to scale by bringing on more expertise, because otherwise, as a single person in the business, I run out of hours in the week.
Yeah,
the only way to scale is to find other people like me and to bring them in and to teach them my way of working with the companies, which I'm confident that I can do.
Yes, a simple question. So what will be your, you're now a solo entrepreneur, what will be like your main hiring plan, and how are you going to monetize from that before you start hiring and burn out more cost?
Yeah, so at the moment, the business is very profitable. So we've bootstrapped it over the last couple of years. And so I have enough in reserve now to be able to hire. I'm looking at 2 hires to come on sort of a contract basis, consultants who are already working individually, but who I can train, and to bring them on 2 people within the next year. Like I said, in Eastern Europe, where I think that there are tech hubs that need this sort of step up. In terms of a hiring plan, I've been reaching out to people on LinkedIn and attending conferences like Wolf Summit in order to meet those sort of people and make the connections that I need.
And how do you plan to cooperate with those people? Because it's not easy to scale up an advisory company, actually.
No, it's not easy. It comes down to picking the right people, being able to work with them and manage them, and being able to train them as well. My background before I moved into marketing and into analyst relations, into business, was in higher education. So I've had a pretty long experience working with people from different backgrounds, different diverse backgrounds, and managing big teams within a university environment. And I'm confident I can translate those skills into bringing people on for what is really a face-to-face service or now a virtual service.
You know, the main problem is to attract right people to your organization. They can work on their own with their skills. And second problem is to keep them in your organization when they are taught and they have portfolio of clients. And it's very difficult for all advisory companies. So
It's a real challenge, because in the end, it's a knowledge worker, and if they're good enough for me to find, they're probably good enough to be working by themselves. What I bring is the track record of getting all of these recommendations and winning sales for clients, and I'm banking on the idea that if I invest in these people, that they'll be able to stay with me and hopefully be happy to keep working with me with what is a proven method.
Thank you.
Quick question, since we are actually a global accelerator-based venture capitalist. So how are you going to manage all your clients, which are, all those venture partners, beyond geographic? How are you going to manage them without like a structured platform and a structured team?
Yeah,
Sorry,
and
but
that's
you'll
why we're
have
growing
to answer
locally
that
first.
question on Hopin, Dylan. I'm so sorry, we ran out of time. Thank you so much for being with us, but I'm sure you're going to talk to Jesse a bit later on Hopin or Wolf's Match. And I also received the question, so let me just deviate from the script for a little bit. Yes, I'm interrupting startups, but that's only because all of you have 3 minutes to pitch, 4 minutes to Q&A sessions. Unfortunately, we have to be fair to every single one of you. With that being said, hello, Eric and Saga Slip. Welcome. Let us see your screen, please.
You see my
And
screen?
you have 3 minutes. Take them away. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Saga Sleep, a sleep app, and we aim to help people sleep better to become happier. We cannot fall asleep in time in the evening. It concerns many of us. And what do we do then? A lot of us pick up the smartphone. That is the new consumer behavior. Saga Sleep is then the app that you should open that time if your aim is to fall asleep. We have produced a wide range of scientifically designed sleep stories for adults and kids, to begin with, in Russian language only. The use cases of this app: stressed adults whose troubles pop up in their head when they want to go to sleep, adults who spend time on social media in their bed, adults who want to put their kids to sleep, or users just experiencing loneliness. Why now? We have worked in CIS countries and see how people start to spend more money on wellness. We talked a lot about that today. We believe the market for us can be around $700 million. We believe in 10 years we can take 5% of that, so a $35 million top line type of business. The players we heard about today, Calm is there, but in our case, as we look at the Russian market, we have someone called Mo, Prosta, and Meditopia. And the point is that they're all either international or very meditation geared. We are very, very focused on sleep, and we have highly localized content for the Russian speakers globally. We have in our background also Swedish and Russian sleep science in the CBT area, like we talked about today. The product roadmap we have launched March last year. We've added kids' sleep stories. We're building these sleep stories as we go. We now have about 40 of these sleep stories in our app, and we want to launch more in-app products down the line. The revenue verticals, we sell a subscription on the app stores. We have B2B distribution on audiobook platforms and music platforms like TikTok. We do licensing deals with Russian companies such as MTS, a gigantic company. And we want to do partnership deals with hardware. For example, these VR glasses we heard about today, and maybe and earphones, etc. Our team, we are 4 people. It's only me who's Swedish here. The rest are Russians, Ukrainians. We work with authors in Russia, studio production in Russia. The CTO is in St. Pete. He worked with different apps before. And the rest of us worked in consumer companies in Russia. Traction so far, 23,000 monthly active users last month. Revenue growth has started only in November last year as we've ramped up the content. Recurring subscription, which is so interesting to see, has really improved as well as the product has become better. We can see that 25% of the subscribers in January prolonged the subscription, and now the percentage of revenue that is recurring is about 60%. The customer acquisition cost is going down. Average revenue per paying user is going up. We want to reach 5,000 paying subscribers in the summer. We currently have 600 paying subscribers, but remember, 23,000 free users. We want to raise about $850,000. We want to spend most on marketing and content and partially on the technical side. But we also already spent some money on the technical part, so we don't need to develop the product so much yet. We want to find more better product market fit first. So that's it, Saga Sleep, your Russian sleep app. Thanks.
And thank you, Eric, too. You used 30 seconds of your time for Q&A, so now we have 3 minutes, 35 seconds for the Q&A. Judges, please go.
Eric, hi, good morning. Oh, sorry, Stan. You're obviously there's not much more product development. You're already in the market and gaining traction. The $800,000 that you're looking to raise, what level of subscribers starts to break even the business and collect profitability?
We need about 20,000 paying subscribers at the current run rate, and that is mostly salaries and marketing right now.
Right. And so with the 800,000, how long do you think it will take to project to getting those subscribers enough to start making a dent in your losses?
That 800,000 should give us a runway until December next year and bring us to at least 20,000 paying subscribers. So not all the way, but a good way on the way.
All right, understand.
What is your churn ratio?
Yeah, it's still fairly high. You know, we have gathered a loyal group of users, about 1,500 tune in every day, but we see a churn rate of 5,000 or maybe 20% in the terms of new users coming in. 20% are leaking out the same month. So still high. Product is not perfect yet.
And this is my second question. How do you test your products?
Well, we don't have sophisticated testing yet. We have launched it very quickly. We had a very small product. It went on the app stores, and we're getting feedback from customer reviews and deep interviews with users, our loyal super users, what they think we should change or take away in terms of features.
So you produce your content based on some basic assumptions like a tone of voice, stressing different words?
We made a framework together with Russian and Swedish sleep scientists in the CBT field. The authors are using this framework to write the stories. Our product officer is then correcting them a bit, and then their voice in Moscow. That's how it works.
Thank you.
Quick question. So what will be your next target market besides for Russian and Swedish? And can you elaborate more on your, maybe like a simple case study with NPS, since we have a lot of portfolios working in NPS from the space?
Sure. So last month, we had users in 74 countries in the world and several in Asia, and it's Russian expatriates in those countries. There are 200 million Russian speakers. We worked there for 15 years. We know them. We believe, and that's where we started with that. In our case, Southeast Asia will be the next one, but then you have to make a localized product. And I was actually in touch with your colleague Kyle, I think, yesterday to talk about China.
Kyle, you mean?
Sorry?
Okay. Kyle.
Oh, maybe, yeah. And MTS, they have bought part of our content on a non-exclusive one-year deal. They bought 6 of our sleep stories, which is like audiobooks, you could say, for their own anti-stress project, which they have not realized, but we were happy to help them with that.
Okay, I don't know if you realize they're actually launching a new ecosystem initiative for any startups from the CIS market going global from Russia. So yeah, make sure you tap into that as well.
Yeah, we were there in the MTS Startup Accelerator Hub.
Cool.
And we have only 2 seconds left. Thank you, Eric, so much. Thank you for taking care of the crippling anxiety of Russian-speaking community. And let us move on to Ramon, Project Nero. Can you show us the screen? Perfect. And you have your 3 minutes. Go on.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Ramon. I'm the Director of Trauma and Orthopedic Surgery. I'm a surgeon working in London at King's College Hospital. I'm in a good position to make this really punchy opening statement, and that is every single human in the world will at some stage experience pain coming from a joint, a muscle, a tendon, or a ligament at some stage of their life. And almost every single person will at some stage use a device to treat that pain. And that could be a simple elastic sleeve or a really complicated device used for post-operative rehabilitation, referred to as an orthosis. The causes for this pain and the need for these devices are driven by arthritis, joint diseases, injury, surgery, old age, and of course, everybody is getting sports injuries. The problem really is that existing products are really not very good. Even the best on the market are big, stiff, cumbersome, they come loose, they're not problem specific, and as a result, they're ineffective. Nero is a state-of-the-art dynamic exoskeleton, which is worn as a device on the actual wearer. It uses the materials that have been used in space exploration, which are woven into a 3D mesh and printed into a device around which a wearable, durable mesh, a fabric is used in order to make it wearable. Despite the fact that these products are really not very good that are currently on the market, there's a huge global appetite for them, and there's a global market that's worth about $8 billion. And that's driven by elderly populations and a rise in arthritis and a rise in obesity. The market segmentation is such that most products are really expensive, and they're driven by the medical prescription market, ranging from $80 to over $350 per product, and that's over half of the market. There's a big appetite for knee and ankle products, and there's a growing market in the US and Asia Pacific. This technology can then be put into protective clothing for military industrial wear, for footwear, could be used as an adhesive tape, and could be made for customizable and bespoke solutions. There are not many significant competitors to Nero. There are several major players developing poor products, but many of them are ineffective, and then there are no household brands. It can be delivered directly to the consumer, and that's where some of these companies fall down. I'm here to ask for a pre-seed investment of £250,000 with an emphasis on developing a viable product driven by clinical testing and prototype manufacture. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll take some questions.
Thank you, Ramon. Perfect timing. You have even 7 more seconds for the Q&A session, and judges, go.
I think you're on
Christian,
mute.
just make sure you have to unmute yourself.
There we go. Ramon, thank you for the presentation. I'll have to disclose that Ramon and I know each other. But I, again, as I've said before, the memory fabric, or the memory fabric is so pliable that you can use it in so many sectors. Are you confident that the £250,000 will get you to a sort of a minimum viable product or a minimum viable research product in a short period of time?
Yes, I think largely because of the expertise that's already within the team and the fact that the products all exist. It's kind of already having the ingredients of a cake, and all you need to do is put the ingredients together and mix them. So the technology exists, the know-how and the expertise exists. The concept is robust, and I think that £250,000 will be adequate to get us to at least a minimum, like a viable product that has been tested and is durable enough to go to market.
Fantastic. Great news.
What is your key competence? Is it a new material or just a design?
It's the material, really. The material is something that I'm still looking to protect, but it's an unbelievable metal alloy that has remarkable material properties. It's been used in medical devices already, but is also used in aeronautics engineering and space exploration. It's infatigable. It can be cycled over millions and millions and millions of cycles and will always return to its original shape without any deformation or stretch. So its ability to recoil means that the energy can be returned to the wearer. So it's almost like energy return orthosis, which is where the word Nero comes from.
So the material is not new, it's not invented by you, you use some already existing material on the market.
Absolutely, yeah. It's already been produced. The fabrication of it in various centers around the world has now been pushed to its absolute limits, and it's now feasible to make it into a 3D printed, pre-contoured version that can now be molded around a joint, a knee, a hip, a hand, whichever. So it's not being used in this application.
And the topology of the material.
Yeah.
And what hypothesis have you already tested? I mean, at what stage are you currently with the development?
This is still at the concept stage.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
If anything, we have
May I
50
know how many people are currently in the team? And in terms of those manufacturing, do you guys have like a laboratory, or is that some resource that you're in need at the moment? What will be the most help needed for the next sprint?
So actually, yeah, this is the disclaimer that Christian was referring to, and that there is now established access to the things that you have described. So some technical expertise with regard to manufacturing, laboratory testing, and of course, myself as a clinician and a network, a team of other surgeons, we have the clinical know-how and expertise, and we know what the product needs to achieve and how it needs to be designed to help humans. So the team is already present and just, I guess, needs to be pushed over the line in order for the funding to be present so that testing can begin.
Have you already printed some sheets of this mesh?
So sorry, but I will not let you to answer this question. Sorry, Ramon. You have to answer that on chat, maybe on Hopper, on GPC stage chat. Thank you so much for the pitch, and that would be it for this slot. And we will be joining a bit later, actually in 2 minutes, with Rosie and the sector retail and sales. So see you soon. Thanks.
Thank you.